Hello out there, everybody, friends and not friends. The clock is 15:45. It's Wednesday, the 30 April 2019, and we are live on the subject once again that I think is a solution in 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 the way that our country is being created, so to say. That means how they have put the buildings together, like houses to houses. I think that everything can be made much more smart. I want to explain. Just a moment. Yes. Right here, you see like I think that is definitely the step to the solutions. Right here, you see the iron. Can you see the iron over here? You know that they put down when they make a basement. That's how they build when they shall make a house. But I think actually we can use it in other kind directions and not just for building a house. And I actually think that that is the solution. I will I'll put video in on the I put a video in. I put a lot of videos in on the playlist, so you can just go in the playlist and see some of the examples I have find for you out there. I will see about I can find another example so you understand where I really am in my mind. Sorry for the voice. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just different. If you can hear that. Okay, that was the wrong search. We try another here. Oh, okay. What is that? Something with water? Hmm. Actually, that stands on this movie, the future Villa Road. Um, yeah, I will show you here. Oh, I don't know what the video is, but you have a road here. You know. Um, just a moment. I will find something I can point with. See, you have a road. And you have a little bit garden. Normally, you have like garden and garden and garden. We can put it on break here. And then you have a so you can walk on the road, and then you actually have the road here that the car can drive on, and then you have the on the other side again that you can walk right there too. But see, it's actually a lot of room. It's a lot of room that we actually can nothing use to nothing. And that is actually like that everywhere. We are not using we are not using this road for nothing else than to drive on it. And it is a little bit shame that we cannot use it for a better purpose when everybody is living like that, so near to each other, and the other side too. When we actually could have a kind of a paradise in this area. Now we have problems with water too, and I don't know what this is illustrating. I have not seen the movie, um, but something with the future. So maybe they have a solution on the water. I don't know. But see, I've just shown you the other video, and that is actually showing. You can see you have a house here, and if you're looking how big the house is, it's nearly the same like the road. You see that? So it's actually a lot of a room that we have out here that we are not using, and we have never think of using it to only to just to drive on it, and that is actually a little bit shame, because you know that everybody who is buying a house, they have a lot of money to sit in the house, so they have a good salary, and you know that is a fact. If if the people in the houses did come more together and did write to the firm or the state that have the roads to asking about, if they see, if they cut just like this away and here and on the other side too, and then you could dig it out. I don't say it shall be all the road at the one time. You could do this just one place at the time, a little bit at the time, but preparing so you can build the next time when there's money and time to that. So first you could start with digging out an area maybe like this, and when you have dig it out, of course the people will get, they will get their grass back right here. No problem in that. But we are using that underneath, under under to build the room underneath on the road, and that one is a very good idea. See, there's many solutions on a room on a road like this. You can use it in many kind of ways. It don't only have to be uh, for one thing. Maybe in this case, you have some cars here, and it could be a place where you could drive your car down. Just like when you're going to the store, you could drive your car down there, for example. That's one thing. Another thing is that you could use the room for a place where you can go down, and you can go down. Let's see here. I don't know what this is. Um, ah, just a moment. You could use it for a place where you could uh, uh, go down and play a little bit. Let's see here. Ah, reclam. Shit, reclam. You could use it for a purpose like sport. You could go down and maybe play sports if you like. That's a very good luxury to have just next door. Isn't that true? Then you don't have to drive a long way from where you live just for playing a little bit badminton. And that is definitely a luxury. I think that everybody would appreciate to have in their area. See that's one example. Or what about a little bit basket? You could have a basket down there too. You could play a little bit basket. See, if you first have make it in one place in the area, you could actually, if it's not well known everywhere yet, you could borrow it out to the kids in the area, and they could just go down and play a little bit if they like to. See, that was another kind of sport. We could have other kind of sports. Ah, reclam. Stupid reclam. For example, here we have football, indoor football. That's a nice area too to have to just go out and you have an indoor football arena. That's a luxury to have too. Even that isn't that right? So how much does it cost in an area to getting the road to be digged out and for installed the room underneath the road? That's the question. How much will it actually cost? Maybe it will not cost so much. See, now we have a room underneath the road. This room can, just a moment. Oh, here you have another example. You can see that's typical Danish weather, where the road is filled with water. But a room like that could maybe prevent us to have damage above if we have rooms underneath the roads. maybe. But it could be a solution if the case is out that it's raining so much, so so it will ruin nearly all houses and cars and everything in the area. If we have a room underneath, maybe it could have a lot of water inside to later on to be pumped out wherever we want it to be pumped away. So that's another solution. See, depended on how far we are going down, your longer down we are going in the ground, your more room we have, and your more room we have, your more possibilities we have in the area too. See, this one example that it could prevent uh, water damage. It's one solution. Plus, we have the luxus that we can use it for a purpose. One purpose that was that we have a playground where we can go and play, and I think that is a very good idea to have a playground where we can go and enjoy uh, just in the area to use a whole room like that. That was uh, one solutions. I have another idea too because I think it is the solution on everything. Because we are making room in an area where there's no room. Why does it not want to find something on that? Just a moment. That was weird. Hmm. Just a moment. I don't want to find what I'm writing. That shit. It's always nice to show a little bit pictures so people get the idea in their head. It's helping on the way to understand. Maybe we have an example here. Ja, vi gider sgu ikke have lyd på. Det gider vi sgu ikke, så ødelægger det hele her. Bum. Yes, okay. Mm, måske. Yeah. See here. Right here we have some boys that's talking about our trash, and as you see, we have some places where we put our trash down, and it will be picked up uh, and be drive away to yeah, we can hope that they are using it for a purpose again, our trash, because there's a lot of material in our trash that we actually use. So it's a good business to understand our trash. See, when we have a room like that, the possibility of the possibility of not just having a car that is picking up our trash and driving it to a place, and on that place they're doing something about the trash. See, I find that an old-fashioned way to get our trash in order. With this model I have just talked about right now, that using our roads to a purpose with having a room underneath, that we actually can use it for a lot of kind of purpose. Because if you go out on a road and you are looking on all the roads that you can drive down at, then try to imagine all the room we could have underneath. So we could have a lot of kind of purpose in the area, that we could just think out what we wanted to use it for. And I think that one purpose is to have some kind of machines in, maybe in that room in one of the area, and then we can hire one person in, that's maybe coming 1 hour to order the trash in that room. And one example is that we could have a kind of a plastic melting machine. So all the plastic we have is going into a machine, maybe first in some kind of water. We are helling it down in maybe in some water, and and that water is actually taking all the dirt away from from the plastic. And after that, all the plastic is going maybe into a kind of a pressing machine where we have a melting, a way to melt the plastic. And suddenly we end up maybe with a big box of plastic that we actually can drive away to some purpose, wherever it should be. We could maybe use it for a kind of a building person. Wait a minute. We could use it for a kind of a building purpose, that we actually are using the plastic for a kind of a building project where we have a solution, maybe how to use it into our way of building our houses. All that plastic we cannot use for maybe packing the food. We could maybe use it for another kind of purpose, like building up the houses, because already now we are using a kind of a plastic um, underneath before we are building the house on the top. This is another example where it could be a nice thing to use the room for that kind of purpose. We have another solutions too. Ah, fuck. Fuck no. I can show you another example. See, right here you have a farmer inside of a building. I don't know, I think it's a salad he is producing in this building here. And he's making the salad, as you see. Maybe it's spinach, if you know that. But this is another example how we actually can farm on our roads if we have a building underneath the roads. And you know how it is with export and import and all that. If that is costing some money, of course there is a production cost, that it actually will cost something for having the lights running in the room underneath the road. So of course there is some cost with having it. I don't know how much the cost is, about how much you're earning on it in the end. But see, if we have a farmer underneath in that room, maybe there's more than one room, and we have a room maybe more underneath. That's making it possible for us maybe to have a farmer both places. See, then we are moving the groceries closer to Centrum, and actually, there's some value in that because there's no cost in it, and it is maybe in a controlled area, and there will maybe be a lot of good advantages in a controlled area because we don't have insects and things like that, and it's easier maybe to keep like in if it is outside in the air. So there can maybe be some good things about it and maybe some bad things about it. But in the end, I think it will give us a result where we get much more out of our room and out of our money, and it's just giving better living terms. So that's another example how we can use that kind of rooms underneath our roads. See, that was another example, and I've sit and looking a little bit on. You can have some robots. Actually, there is attached to that building where we are farming, and they're actually so smart today. So it's so intelligent. The way robot is actually looking at the way how to farm, and I mean it's so smart. So I don't know. Can I find an example? Maybe I can find an example here. Oh yeah, we have a robot right here. Let's see. You see, here have we a robot that's actually planting the plant. Maybe I think so. So there's a lot of advantages of having a room like that. I will see about I can find a little bit more where it's more efficient. Like I have seen in other cases that it actually have a scanning that it could scan the plant, and it could scan what is actually growing, and about the food was on the right time to come out in the store. It could actually see that, and I find that very impressive. Um, if we can use some tech in a direction like that, I think definitely we should. Then we shall find out some solutions, how we can move it closer to us in such a way so everybody is happy on that. And I definitely think one of this I'm talking about is definitely a solution. It can be a solution. Let's see here. How I can find a robot like that. Robot farming in your backyards. Yeah, let's see that. Oh, reclam. We have to wait, 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 wait. Stupid reclam. Like I'm seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Yeah. Here's another example of a robot that's farming the seeds. That is impressive. Impressive, isn't it? I find it impressive that we actually can do that. You know where I'm going right now. So you understand the idea, I think. Yeah, you understand the idea. Good. We have other things we can use it for. I don't think there will be some smell with having it, but of course, there's solutions maybe on that too. If there can be a kind of a smell attached to it, I don't think we will use another one than this one. What about a chicken farm? Try to imagine to have a lot of chicken in that room. Not only that, the people in the area can get all their green from the kitchen, all that green that they can imagine. They could just put it down to the chicken, and the chicken will eat it and produce meat from everything that we have from our kitchen. I don't know about we can do that in a smart way, so it's more clean. I don't know about there's a way how um, to put our trash away in such a way so it's a success when the chicken is getting it. Maybe it's coming into one big box and is being um, yeah putting together with some other kind of stuff and maybe leaving a product that's actually clean. So we actually get something out of our way of life when we are buying our food. That was another example of what we actually can use a room like that too. See, we have our Luxus where we can play ball, all kind of ball, whatever we can think of. We have a farming where we can farming groceries like tomato or salad or kale or what you can think of that we actually can produce in a room like that. Maybe potato. There's a lot of examples what we can use a room like that too. So I definitely think it's a very good idea that we could start up already tomorrow. We are not building a house on it. We are simply using a method that, like when we are building bridges, you know, because I actually think that a bridge is a very good way to connect and to build and make our area different. So I think we should use that a little bit more everywhere where we are living. That we should use the methods of building bridges in other kind of solutions. If we can use it for going over the sea, we can use it in all other kind of like what I have talked about. So a bridge is definitely the solutions in our areas everywhere. That's just it will create jobs. That is a fact. It will create jobs. Not only that, it will give the people in the area um, maybe some more luxury in such a way that you can enjoy life more than just sitting at home on your PC or your computer, or you shall take your car in a long distance to reach an area where you can play a little bit ball. Now it's next door. See, when when we are farming in our area, when we are farming in an area, there's other possibilities in that area. Possibilities that I definitely think could give us another kind of value because it's fresh. Um, oh no. Try to imagine if we have a farm underneath the road, then on the corner in the first house out on the road, try to imagine that not only just having a house, that we actually could make a solution in the house in that area, that we actually could make it to a kind of a business, maybe a private person that's living there, and have that job in that area. Maybe they are taking care of the chicken too. I don't know. But on that house, we could offering a little bit of maybe that kind of chicken that we actually are producing in the area. And I think that is a very good idea. Try to imagine if you sit at home with the family and you want to go out and eating something somewhere. Try to imagine that you know that the farm is just next door and the house is there next door too. Try to imagine that you should not go so far to get something where you know where the meat is coming from, and you know they're making it, and they have a specialized way of making it. So this is creating jobs, you understand, in our areas, and we definitely know that is the chicken corner. And maybe they get all the salad or something else in the area from the other roads where we have another kind of farm. Yes, that was another solution. We are making everybody richer, and we are making more food. And to making more food is not a bad idea, because more food, then we at least not going to have a problem about it. Yes, let me see here. I did imagine. Let me see here. We're searching for a good example. I think that is a good example. See, in the video here, I think we have a zoo, and it was not what I meant. No, this is not good. But you can see they have built an aquarium here out of some kind of glass, so they can have a lot of water in it. Sorry, that's all that talking and being live, making my throat dry. But yes, I did imagine that just like an aquarium, we could have maybe a glass road. Maybe it's not the best. Um, Maybe it's not the best solution, but if we have a badminton or playing ball underneath, or we are growing groceries, no, sorry, yeah, plants underneath, then it could maybe be a good solution to have some kind of glass on the road. Thick glass, so thick, so the sun can maybe go through it. Just a little bit good architect, where it's looking very good. Maybe we could have a kind of a sun panels on it too. I don't know how we could make this. Maybe in the middle where the car is driving with its wheels, we could maybe have another kind of material on the road, like beton or something like that. It's only the imagination. I maybe think there's some people out there who are used to building houses and know all the solutions and maybe know how we could make it so advanced underneath in a room like that so we can get the most out of our area like that. But now we have actually make the area more rich with using everything that we can in an area like that. Try to imagine in the top on the road that even the garden into the neighbors is like bushes with, it could maybe be apple tree or other kind of fruit tree. So we actually is using all the road for a purpose where we actually get something out of our area. I don't know, because we have winter in Denmark too. So of course we shall calculate that into our goal of making a room underneath. So, and maybe there is some problems with the ice and the snow, and we have to think on that too. So, but we have solution. I'm sure we have solutions how we can do this. But it's definitely an idea that I think we will get something out of. A good idea. I think it's a good idea. I definitely think it's a good idea. Maybe you think something else, but if you think over it, it's just a road. It's just a road. You don't get nothing out of it. There's no purpose with the road. Yeah, you have maybe electricity and you have other kind of things underneath, but try to imagine if it was a room, then actually maybe go through the building, and that could maybe be a good idea to have on a road. Then we can check it once in a while how it's looking underneath. It would be an easy thing too for the people who is fixing things like that to go down in an area like that and checking up on how it's looking. I think there's many kind of ideas. Maybe you have some other ideas out there. Um, it don't even have to be in the area I've talked about. We could have it just for a room that people in that area could maybe, uh, every time you get some people that's going to fix your roof or fixing maybe your kitchen or something else, try to imagine that you could hire a person that actually could get his material down in the room and he could work on it down there, preparing it to when it's finished, and then they could put it where it should be put in the area. It's another idea. Oh, maybe we could use it for another kind of purpose. Yeah, what are we doing in our free time? Maybe some people are painting. They go to a place where they are painting, making art. Or maybe they are going to a place where they are playing computers. Or maybe they have a kind of a club where all the young people maybe is coming after school. I think there is so many possibilities in this area. See, I could even say that we could have students living in that room underneath. It would be a solution of preparing some new places where we actually could live. But maybe that's not a good idea because we have sometimes the water problem. So maybe it's not a good idea to preparing it for a place where we can live. But it could be a solution too. It could be a solution. I don't say it's the solution, but it could be one of many solutions too. Now we can offer maybe a cheap place for students, maybe in the area where they have grown up. Now they can get their own place in the same area where they have maybe grown up with the parents. So now they're just living next door, but they have their own place. Imagine that. Maybe like a apartment, one room apartment, you know that? And we could maybe put the price low in that area for a start to moving away from home. A good start because the parents is just next door in the same area. Try to calculate a little bit on it out there. One time when it's fixed, it will be there forever. It only take one time to make it, and it's not affecting It's not affecting the area. It's only adding something to the area. It's only adding something to the area. Yeah, we could maybe offering people who want to start up their own firm. We could have computers or PC, and we could use it for many kind of things. It's only the imagination. Try to imagine that you just have your firm because you're renting that room. You have your firm just next door. What a luxury to offering people in the area. There's only a luxury with this idea. Not only that, we get a lot of dirt, earth we are digging up from this place. And if you're looking on Denmark, we have some places in Denmark it's going a little bit lower than other places. And you know that, for example, we have Lolland, and there's a lot of problem on Lolland with water. Maybe if this solution is growing in our time, then there will come a lot of earth up that we are digging up. We could actually put that in the places where the ground is actually lower in such a way that we have problems with water. Then we are actually putting the area a little bit up. So it's a win-win situation. I hope I have expanded your mind, because I definitely think it is the solution in the areas. Many places, a solution there's only possibilities in. Remember, one time we have built it, it will be there forever. Offering a solution. I will say thanks for now, and I will put it in the playlist, and you can just go in the playlist. I don't know about I have adding something that's a little bit better, but it is definitely a little bit from my fantasy that it actually could be possibilities in our real world. So if I can put my ideas out, maybe I can expanding your area, and if I can expanding your area, you can win money on your area, and if you can win a little bit more on your area, we all are maybe getting a little bit more richer. And if everybody's getting a little bit more richer, life is going to be better for everybody, not only in our country, but outside this country too. Because if it's such a good solution, people will look into our country and they will get inspired. And like ring in water, we can maybe see it in the south suddenly too. We are liberating ourselves from people in such a way, so it's us that's being the richest one, and not some fat ass sitting in a house somewhere, just just getting our money. No, we are taking that to our area, and we are being richer. Now he must to think new how he can earn his money. And on that way, we are maybe even getting richer too, because he have to think new. So It is a win-win solution for everybody. You know how they built Titanic? Yeah, you know that? They put a lot of room in the Titanic, and that's why they think it could survive the damage. They think it could survive, but they have not calculated that the top on the rooms should not be open. Because, of course, if the top on the rooms is open, the water will just float from one room to the other room, and of course, the ship will be so heavy. So it will be so heavy. So in the end, it will sink. But actually, now we can actually use uh, the technique from Titanic in our areas when we have water problems. See, if I had a lot of money, I could go out and I could maybe try to buy one place and put the idea out. But I know that I cannot do that because it's better to put the idea out, because if the idea can um, go out in people's mind, then maybe we'll see somebody who find it as a good solution, and maybe they will make it to reality. I hope you enjoy my speech and my ideas today. It was um, it was just a way of maybe making everything just a little bit better. But of course, if you every time in the summer are using your money to travel to the south and using 10,000 and 10,000, and then you have children, 5,000, maybe that's 10,000, that's 30,000 krona, and maybe we have a family like 10 that's maybe doing that every summer. That's 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Yeah, you know what I mean. That's a lot of money that we are wasting just to relax someplace. If we just spend it in our area until that our solutions like this was finished, then we could make ourselves and the next generation just a little bit more free and just a little bit more rich. So maybe they could maybe go out on a trip maybe 4 times in the year, just because that we are making the solutions here and now, so they get more free time and is getting more rich. I will say thanks for now. I hope you can use it, because I definitely think it's usable. So uh, try to see about you can make it to a real thing out there. I don't think it will cost so much to make a progress like this, because we can definitely think different in our areas. If we does, we will get more rich, and if we get more rich, we will get more free time, and if we get more free time, yeah, then you can relax more maybe. And What if we make it so rich everywhere that we should only go and work maybe 6 hours in the day because it would be enough? Couldn't that be nice? Huh? Couldn't it not be nice? So, the smarter we think, the more rich we get, and the more rich we get, the more free time we get to ourselves. And there's another solutions too on this area. That is, if we get more smart in our areas, see, then we are not damaging some people in the south in the way of our living, and if we are not damaging their way of life down there, they will not feel attractive to go to our areas in the north. And so everything is a win win situation. So they can find their solutions in the south too, without they have to go into the north. So I definitely think if we start there, we start everywhere. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.